and the European leaders are actually saying to the White House they are making a reference. It signals an end to the strategy of vague, grandiose, but unfulfilled announcements. European leaders and the White House is sending this signal. Mr. Burak, what would you like to say about these messages?
The efforts of continental Europe to create a security umbrella or security policies apart from the United States of America, led by France. It's going on. But this meeting is actually one of the reflections of that. If there is going to be a conclusion on the war between Ukraine and Russia, independently of the United States of America and the United Kingdom, the guarantees to be given to Ukraine, I see it from the point of view of continental Europe with a common consensus, an attempt to identify this issue. But these kinds of initiatives are never really concluded because they are inconclusive. Sure, I mean continental Europe. There are many problems in the way of establishing an independent security structure. We have talked about this many times. In terms of substance, in terms of who to recruit, it means giving up the welfare society, spending on defense, etc., etc., etc. Against this, there is the United States of America, which knows this position. The need for NATO, a Europe that is well aware of a continental Europe that needs the security umbrella of NATO. You know, there is a Trump perspective that sees security as a service. We give you this service, in return you will pay me for it. Materially, maybe you will buy weapons from me. Politically, you will get to the point I want you to get to. Which point will you get to? Your relations with China? Look, I mean in your trade with China, you need to be close to the position of the United States of America. Because one of the most important strategic objectives of the United States is to control China or to prevent its rise. If there's going to be a conclusion about the war between Russia and Ukraine, it's going to be the one I want. Okay, we will consider your points partially, but you will be close to my point. In the end, let's evaluate Trump's statements from this point of view. Continental Europe's efforts to establish an independent security structure exist in idea. In practice, there is a structure that is put forward through various meetings or statements, but there is no concrete result. So continental Europe, led by France or Germany, should take the initiative to end the war between Russia and Ukraine and do it on its own. We'll be able to solve. I don't think it has the political will. I don't think it has the army. I don't think it has the intention to do this. Maybe that means cost. Why we keep going back to the United States of America and NATO? Security. You have to subscribe to the service. You think of it that way. I mean, you have to get that service because he can't do it. A country that continues to take part in the defense umbrella, there is continental Europe. I don't think the practical outcome of this meeting will be very strong. Okay, Trump tells continental Europe not to buy Russian oil. Do you know where he's going to buy it from, Mrs. Elif? He says, buy it from me,
yes,
from me,
yes,
buy it from me. So is he selling it? I mean, he's selling it. The United States of America has a lot of oil-related facilities. It sells oil to many points in the world. Now look at Venezuela. This word is in quotation marks. They attacked, you know. In other words, this is a slow seizure of Venezuela's oil, and Venezuela will not be able to resist it. So there you go. So you will take it from me, you will take the oil from me. Already at the beginning of the war, Nord Stream 1 and 2, you know it was blown up. That's right. This is sabotage by the United States of America. You know, this supply chain is already broken. You know, when you go to Europe, right, Ms. Metin, when you go to Europe, you can see that in the evening, for example, the lights are not on in the city. It is dark. There is also such a measure. They have gotten away with it for a few years because the seasons have been hot. But this, of course, look, the central heating systems do not work at night, and the central heating systems, for example, do not work during the day. For example, it's freezing in some places. You know, they light it at 6 p.m. It's like old Ankara. The last time I was a victim.
There are people from Germany, for example, who spend their winter in Antalya, Turkey. I mean, there are also people who are afraid of not using natural gas.
In winter, you know, your bones fill up, I mean. I came across the north of Germany once. I was sick of it. You can't walk on the street. It's so cold. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, he's right in his own way. Of course, he prefers the heat of Antalya.
And it costs 500 liras for a 2-week vacation, everything included. I mean, it's much more economical for him, of course.
Of course. I think we are perhaps connecting the issue to the same place again among tourists in the recent period. Among tourists in Turkey, is it a very economical country? In quotation marks. I think tourists have some question marks about that too. You shared the other day that the Lord complained about the prices in Antalya, the prices at the airport. This is a reality in Turkey. If the Lord is complaining, what should we do as civil servants?
What should we do? I mean, it really is like that. Even the Lord complained about the price of hamburgers. But now, let's not take the subject to a different place, but now, he is on vacation in Antalya.
Yes, of course.
He's having a very cheap vacation. When we go out, we actually see it more when we eat or something like that. Those tourists also see this more. Here you go, Mr. Burak, back to the topic at hand.
Then yes, lastly, the location, the main idea. There is a will to create this independent structure, but in practice, this will not lead to any progress. I don't see it as possible. It becomes clear that you need that security umbrella that NATO provides you with. And the cost of that is buying weapons from the US, aligning your energy supply chain with the US, changing to a new discourse in your relations with China. There is a US system that imposes this on you politically and economically.